Hi, it's Ellen from Read Santa Clara, and I'm here to tell you all about the things that are in the package that Priya and I sent to you this month. So it's all about art, so I hope you'll enjoy doing the art projects. I love art. In fact, I love art so much, look, I even like to wear things that look like they're arty. The best thing about art is that there's nothing right or wrong. It's however you see the world, and that's the way it's been with art for thousands of years. Art can take you places and show you things you would never see yourself, can take you back to history and show you things that happened long, long ago. And what we have to remember about art is that it isn't really what it looks like. Now, if you look at this painting, what do you see? I see 3 peaches sitting on a shelf. But wait, they're not really peaches. What they really are is oil paint that the artist painted with a brush, put on to I think this is on board, my husband told me, on board that looks like peaches. But it's not really peaches, but you know what it is when you look at it. And it's the same thing, you don't have to make things look the way they really are. This is a painting on a book, and I bet you can tell what this is. This is a man, isn't it? But, I don't know, he doesn't have any arms. But he has legs, and I think he's walking someplace. So, you look at things, and you interpret what they are. So, we'll get on to our more stories and activities in a minute. But before we do, I wanted to tell you about our summer reading challenge for you. So in your packet, each person in your family got one of these cards, and I want you to write your first and last name right in the space. And then, or if you need to, a grown-up or an older brother or sister can write it for you. So every time you read, you put a sticker in one of the boxes. If you are, how old is it? If you are 6 years old or younger, then you get to put one sticker for every 15 minutes. If you're 7 years old or older, then you put a sticker for every 30 minutes you read. And what we want you to do is read for a total of 5 hours over the summer. And so that means that you would need to fill in, have 20 stickers if you're younger than 6 or younger, and 10 stickers if you're 7 or older. And here's the stickers. Priya sent everybody lots of stickers in the packet. So let's pretend that I just read for 30 minutes. So I'm going to take one of these stickers off, there we go, and I'm going to stick it right in this box. There we go. So that is what I get for having read 30 minutes. Now, I think there are 10 spots for stickers on the front of the paper, but look, there's a ton more on the back. So you read as much as you can and reward yourself for as many stickers as you can read. Then, by August 15th or sooner than that, if you have read the 5 hours, that you have the 10 stickers or the 20 stickers, then have a grown-up take a picture of your card with their phone, and on your card here there's a phone number for Read Santa Clara. They can text it to Read Santa Clara, and Priya can hardly wait to send you your prizes and more books. So enjoy your summer reading. I want to be sure that you know about 2 places that you can go to read ebooks. They're on the Santa Clara City Library website, and when you click on the link in the letter that you're going to get, it'll take you to this page of online books for kids. The 2 that I'm interested in you knowing about are BookFlix and TumbleBooks. BookFlix is really fun because it combines videos of picture books with nonfiction books. And they're also available in Spanish, so all you have to do is switch the language and you can listen to them and watch them in Spanish. Tumble Books has lots and lots of picture books. There were a couple this month that are about art. One is called The Dot, and one is called, like, by Robert Munch. I think it's the red, green, and yellow crayon. But there are a lot of different really fun books, and in Tumble Books, there's a narrator who reads the words to you as you go look at the picture and look at the words, and then you push the button when you want to change the page. And any of those books that you read are also fine to put on your list for your summer reading challenge. Your gift book this month is My First 10 Paintings by Marie Cellier. I think it started out as a French book that they translated, and it has lots of paintings in it to look at, and that's mostly what we're going to do, is look at the paintings and not so much read the words in this one, because looking is what art is all about. And the other thing is, I'm not going to do every single page because that's not the way you really look at art. Usually when I go to a museum or an art gallery, I just look at the things that attract my eye. I don't look at every single thing, because if I do, my eyes get too tired. So this does have counting too, 1 to 10. One fat gray cat with small ears and soft fur. You can see the little cat right there. Where do you prowl? What do you do? But it turns out the cat is part of a bigger picture. And you can see this painting was made, about 200 years ago. And it's a little girl sitting with her cat. And you can look at her face and you can think about, how does she look? Does she look happy? Does she look sad? I think she looks a little uncomfortable having to sit there. And then the words talk about things to look at in the painting too, like the fact that because the sky is dark, it looks like it might be going to rain. 2 eyes, not large nor small, not green, nor blue nor gray. 2 hazel eyes that follow me. Are her eyes following you as you look at the page? What mystery? Who looks through those eyes? And do you know who this is? This is one of the most famous paintings in the world. This is the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. And for hundreds of years, people have tried to guess what she means with that smile. So you can look and see what you think. But look at the rest of the picture too, and you can see she's sitting, it's like she's sitting in front of a window, and in the background you can see forests and mountains and a lake and a lot of other mysterious things. So we're going to skip to 6. 6 yellow birds, all yellow, beaks, tails, and wings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From top to toe. Where are you, tiny birds? What do you do? So I think that tells me that maybe these birds are part of a bigger picture. Let's see. Yes, look at the birds. They're in a beautiful, magical forest. This is by the artist Paul Klee. And look at all of the birds. That one I didn't realize he was upside down. But besides birds, they're strange kind of plants. They look kind of like cactus, but kind of funny colors. And there's the moon. It sort of looks like it's at night, isn't it? So we're going to skip to 8. So it's 8 paint spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yellow spots and blue spots. And spots, red spots and green spots. 8 spots that dance and play. Play what? What do you say? Now, can you guess what these spots are doing? You won't believe it. They're on soccer players, and they're all playing. And can you see that the yellow dot is the soccer ball? This was painted or drawn by Pablo Picasso, a really famous modern artist. 9 leaves, round, long, fanning out, many shapes. What jungle is this? Whoa, look at that jungle. This is a very mysterious painting by Henri Rousseau. He has this strange sort of gorilla character who's playing a flute. And the words say that lots of hidden creatures are listening to the music. So you can look at the picture and see all the creatures. There's some kind of weird ostrich, flamingo, duck kind of thing, and I think there's some birds and other things hidden away in the foliage. So you look carefully and you'll see them. And last, 10 bright lights that glow like gold. What treasure is this? Do you think that these are stars in the sky? That's what I think. And this is another really famous painting. This is called Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. And you can see here's the town. It's mostly dark. Everyone's asleep. He's drawn a big tree that's closer to us. You can tell that things are closer because usually things that are bigger look closer to us, and things that are further away are smaller. But look at the beautiful way that he painted the stars shining in the sky at night. So I hope you enjoy looking at all of these paintings. In my 10 paintings, I skipped a couple that are really surprising, so have a great time and look at art. Be sure and watch the story time I did this month. It's really a lot of fun. You'll get to find out what happens when you mix it up in this book and find out what it's like when you say you ain't gonna paint no more. And then, oh, poor monkey, you can see what happened to his picture. Well, you'll have to watch the story time to find out how it ended up looking so weird. Now I'm going to show you this month's craft. It's based on this print by Pablo Picasso that's called Bouquet of Peace. He drew it and made it in 1958 for a peace march. And this is what your craft will look like when you're done with it. So let's get started. Let me show you what you have in your packet. You have your background paper. You have your flower stems that will glue on in a minute. You have your little tissue paper squares to make your flowers from. And then you have this piece of paper that will be for your hand. So you'll trace your hand on it and cut it out and glue it. And then you also have a glue stick in your packet. You'll need to find a pair of scissors and a pencil at home. And also there's an instruction sheet that has pictures that show every step to do your craft. Now I wanted to show you that if you don't have, it's probably a good idea to put something down because you're going to be using glue. So I want to show you that I just took a paper bag and cut the bottom out of it and folded it, and that's what I'm going to use to do my gluing on, so I don't have to worry about getting glue on my table. So to start, what you'll want to do is take each of your flower stems and put glue on them and put them on the paper. So you can use as many as you want. I'm going to do it upside down so you can see what I'm doing. They're a little bit long, so you can either cut them shorter or you can put them at an angle. And when I do it, I like to mix the colors up. There's 3 colors. There's a bright green, a dark green, and this kind of pale green. So if you mix them like this and crisscross them at the bottom, then when you put your hand on that you're going to trace, then that will cover up the stems at the bottom. So there we go. I'm just going to do 3. There's actually 6, but I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do all of them. So now we're going to put the flowers on. You can do it however you want. You can use plain squares or you can scrunch them up. The one thing that I discovered was that when you go to glue these, the tissue paper is very fragile. So put the glue on your paper and then put your square down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that one as a square, and then this next one I'm going to scrunch all up like that, scrunch it up, and I'll put a little more glue in the middle of my square, and then I'm going to just kind of smash my scrunched up piece of paper down, and you can pull the top up if you want to make it a little more three-dimensional. See, I'm getting glue all over the place, so it's good I have my paper bag to rub it off on. Let's do one more. So put the glue down, put your paper square down. Let me see, what color do I want to use for this one? I think I want to use light pink. So then I'm going to scrunch it all up and put a dot of glue and smush it down. And so you can keep doing your stems and your flowers like that. And next, we'll trace and cut out and glue the hand. My daughter Callie is going to volunteer her hand for me to trace. So can you put your hand down on there? So now all I do is I take my pencil and I just trace around her fingers. And it's kind of a rough drawing, and you can just smooth it out when you actually cut around it. Oops, got stuck there. Thank you, Callie. So this is what her hand looks like after it's been traced. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut it. And as I said, you might want to smooth it out a little bit. Even make it a little smaller. She's got pretty small hands, but when I did this the other time, I found that I had never really looked at where your fingers sort of connect to your hands and how deep those notches are, because they're actually different depending on which finger you're looking at. So I'm almost done here. You can see I'm making them not quite as wiggly as they were before. Callie, maybe you'll get the glue stick.
Yeah.
And you want to glue this, put the glue on and then glue it down for me?
Sure. Which direction do you want it from?
Should we do it like, let's do it like
Like
this,
that?
like that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so there you go.
I'm gonna put
Here.
this on your bag so
Yeah.
I don't make a mess. Like that?
Sure, perfect. And then you just lay it down and flatten it out. And there you go. There's your bouquet of peace. I hope you have a really fun time doing this craft. We had a lot of fun doing it. Take care. This month in your packet, you get a package of sidewalk chalk too. My daughter Callie is going to show you how much fun it is to draw on the sidewalk with chalk. You can do it any place, in your driveway, in your backyard, out on the street. We kind of like it in our neighborhood because people do chalk drawings on the sidewalk, and when we walk by we get to look at them and read what they said, and sometimes they send messages to us. What are you making, Callie?
I'm drawing a rose.
Well, that looks pretty good. So you can think about what you want to draw before you start. So she did a dark outline, and now she's coloring in the petals with the lighter pink and a even lighter kind of fleshy tone. She's actually a pretty good artist, so don't feel intimidated by her work. She's very good. Are you going to write something too, Callie?
I'm going to. Do you want me to write something to show you what that looks like?
Sure, that would be great.
Okay. How about this?
Have a nice day. Very nice. And you know, people make really amazing works of art with chalk. It's called sidewalk chalk art. And I'll see if I can find something so that you can see what it looks like. Thanks, Callie. That looks great.
Yeah. It's fun to be outside and do some drawing, especially on a nice day like that. All done.
Another fun thing to do outside is paint with water. You can make designs if you use a sponge like that, or you can just use a rag and dip things in with a rag. And if you get really complicated, if you have a paintbrush at home, you can try and use a paintbrush to paint something. And then the good thing about the water is it dries really fast, so you can just paint another one right afterwards. So have fun! In your packet this month too, we sent you some coloring pages, and these are artist coloring pages by an artist named Paul Clay. So this is one that I colored in a little bit of last night. It's all letters of the alphabet, but he's made them into a great design. And you can color this in a lot of different ways. You could just pick out certain letters to do, certain colors to use. You can just have fun with it. The one little bit of advice I have to give to you is if you pick each color that you pick, try to do a few all the way around the page with the same color, and that will make it more interesting and give you more variety. The other one is called Sensio, and it's a portrait of a person, but when I was looking at it, I haven't colored it in yet, I realized that his head sort of looked like the earth, like a globe of the earth. So I hope you have fun with those. You can use markers or crayons or colored pencils, whatever you have. Then the other thing that we're sending you are some drawing instructions from Ed Emberley's drawing page. Ed Emberley is a really fun children's book illustrator, and these are from his website, so if you like them, you can look up Ed Emberley and find even more. So I'm going to try to draw one of these. We'll see. I'm going to draw the octopus. And what he does is he makes everything out of simple shapes, and he takes you step by step, and he shows you which shape to do in which order. So the first shape he has is what I would consider to be like a half circle, like that. And then he says to put in 2 eye circles, like this. And then he wants you to color this all in, but I'm not going to do that right now because that would take too long. But you color it all in. And then he says to put in 2 dots right here for eyes. And then there's one thing left that an octopus needs to have, and that's its legs, isn't it? It needs 8 legs, and he wants his legs to all be like S's. So if you can draw an S, you can draw an octopus leg. So here we go. I'm going to count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's how you draw an octopus the Ed Emberley way. I wanted to tell you about a list of great ideas from the National Center for Families Learning. It's 30 days of learning together. And at the bottom of your letter, I put 2 of the ideas, both in English and Spanish, and there's 28 more of them. They're inexpensive and fun things that everybody in the family can do, from little kids to grown-ups and all the way along. And you'll all learn something and have a chance to talk and be with each other and have a good time. So I hope you check them out and try some of them. I'll be sending you more every month, so we'll give you a couple more ideas as well. So be good. Well, it's time for me to say goodbye to you now. I hope you have a great time doing all the projects and looking at all the books that we sent you this month. And I'll be back next month with more fun things for you to do. Have a great time and take care and stay well. And I'm thinking of you. Bye-bye.